Greetings, Commanders, and thanks for tuning in. If you are on a late-night Melt University bender and you're just getting through all this content and just sucking in all this Ark of War information, you have just stumbled upon probably the biggest gem in my collection. I'm going to introduce you tonight to the People's Champ, the greatest ignore, tier suppression, free-to-play, available, hard-hitting commander in the game, Rock. Rock is a badass. When I started my channel, I wanted to debut a new commander and really put myself and that commander on the map, and that was the Bullet video series, where I was showing how Ghost Cannon was the first way to overcome tier suppression in a meaningful way. People knew Blader could do it, but it was only a 20% skill, so it wasn't enough. But Ghost Cannon was a 40% skill, and if you just filled him up with Rangers who don't give points in Galactic Battle, and max his leadership and Ghost Cannon skill up, he was a massive commander against high-tier armies for free-to-play players or players like myself who don't want to heal expensive troops. So, when I was doing all those equations, I came across Rock. And I thought to myself, like, okay, even though he's a Walker commander and he gives points in Galactic Battle. Now, back in Season 1, 2, and 3, Galactic Battles did not give points per minute like they do now, or points per cycles. It was just 0-0 until someone gave up points of troops. Rangers didn't give points, so Rangers and Ghost Cannon were a nice fit because you could punish players who would use tier suppression to use non-Ranger combatants but not give up points. But anyway, Rock has the same ability. It's called Annihilator Ray. It's not called Ghost Cannon, but it's the same thing. It says a 40% chance to trigger. Of course, you can use Armageddon or the Dominion Hull to get 44%. And they deal damage based on their activator's HP, which is exactly like Ghost Cannon. So instead of using Rangers, you use the Yetis. They're cheap, tier 1, all day. Hits just as hard as Ghost Cannon. Hits the same amount on Infantry, Walker, or Airship. Doesn't matter. So the higher the skill, the more damage it does. Simple as that. As long as your skill level's high enough and your leadership's high enough to kill one troop, it will do damage. If it's not enough to kill one troop, like you only have level 10 skill and only 300 leadership, you might not have enough to kill a tier 7 airship or something. But yeah, if you want to go free to play for a while, just know that Rock in tier 1 is a scary commander for opponents to play against because he will destroy the high tier units. And it becomes more prevalent in the in-game when players start having tier 9 and higher. When people still have tier 7, you can get away with other things. But anyway, let's talk about the People's Champ. Let's go right to the flavors text. Don't look at Rock's giant body. He's a big fan of monster movies. His most idolized hero is Godzilla. So when I first saw this commander, before he had that weird cage on, I thought, oh, he looks like a kaiju. He looks like something from, like, I don't know, Pacific Rim or something. But as time went on, I understood that this was definitely a Dwayne reference. He is the People's Champ. He is the best free-to-play commander. And I'm going to explain why he's better than Bullet, and simply because he's a Walker commander. Now, Bullet has the advantage of not giving away troops in Galactic Battle, as I said, but the Rock doesn't suffer from dodge commanders. See, Ghost Cannon's biggest thing is it's not a guaranteed hit skill. And when he goes against infantry or Walker commanders, all they have to use is strength and weakened or high dodge, and Ghost Cannon may miss. But with the Rock, he can use strength and weakened, which has a Walker advantage over infantry, and he will always hit those infantry. He doesn't even take much. Just go, pure accuracy gear, which would be for him, I don't recommend Dragon Slayer because you don't need the attack if you're going with just Yetis anyway. That extra attack's not going to do much for you. Just go for the Dirge, right? Dirge has up to 40%, and make sure you get at least 36% or higher if you're going to go down that road. Put 2 accuracy gems on it like I do with Bullet's weapons. Where's Bullet's weapons? Double accuracy, right? Go for a destruction if you know you're going against infantry, or if you know you're going against someone who's a Walker and they're using Walkers and they use really high dodge, which is very uncommon. But if you know for sure you're going against another Walker commander, yeah, go ahead and get a second Dirge there. But otherwise, I'd roll destruction on him. And then I'd also roll destruction, or I'd also roll strength and weaken on the Rabbit Ear Headband. Yeah, I mean, you could go for the Eye of the Abyss as well. Make him hit a little harder and more versatile against other Walker commanders. But personally, did I just do that? No, not in the middle of the video. Okay. But also, of course, the best in slot pants for him are going to be Voltar's Power, Chess piece, you know, there is the invincible Walker chess piece. I don't currently have it. I did trade mine in. And it provides dodge defense. Dodge and defense. Well, strength and Tier 1 Yetis aren't going to dodge anything Tier 3 or higher. So there's no point in putting any dodge on this guy at all. So you may as well just get HP and defense. And frankly, Black Knight is the best in slot for HP defense. There's the other choice would be Body of Phoenix, but you don't need dodge, so go with the Black Knight. And occasionally you will use high tier in the front just to get past an army if you know they're using low tier or something like that. So you can put like 3 high tier in the front and then, you know, Yetis in the back just as a front row absorber. But yeah, so Black Knight, Voltar's power, and then just accuracy in the weapons. If you know it's against infantry, use strength and weakened effect. If you're not sure, use dodge. Simple as that. Or I'm sorry, use accuracy. Dirge, Skywalker, Eye of Abyss. I mean, plenty of choices there. It's not as important as it is for Bullet. So let's go to the skills real quick. 20% is a 20% chance to trigger Activator's defense. Increases his own slots defense. Not big. You know, even at level 50, it's 100%. It's not that big. It's like 10% damage reduction at a high level. And he's going to be using Yetis anyway. Really strong Yeti player. Now, don't get me wrong. You can run high tier on Rock, right? You can still use him like a normal commander, and his Annihilator Ray, like Ghost Cannon, it acts like a double strike, and it hits really hard, and it can hit harder than base attacks because it ignores all these other factors. It ignores strength and weakened. It ignores super high defense. It just factors versus HP. So it's a really good ability there, but yeah, it just doesn't have the potency of Stella's or the X or Plasma or those kind of skills. So I do put him as a strong A commander for PvP and incredibly powerful for free-to-play and really fun to play with Yetis because, as I'm about to show you, which is why it took so long for me to rate this replay, I've told people about Rock. I have not been keeping it a secret that he's the only other hero in the game with a 40% ignore tier suppression skill, and he's the king, right? The Rock is the king. He's the people's champ. He's the man. He is going to be able to dominate everyone. And of course, airships are his weak matchup, but airships don't build dodge. So even if they go strength and weakened, odds are he's still going to hit him as long as he's got some either high accuracy in all his weapons or even some resistance weakened if he wants it. But really good champion. Of course, his Awakening Walker is just a hit for all the front row like normal. So let's get into the debut video. And I've been waiting to do this video because I really wanted a good replay because you can show any commander, you can put any other one up there and talk about their skills and say, oh, this is what they do, this is what they do. But until people really see what they do against a high-level matchup, do they really appreciate what these commanders are capable of at a high level. Not a lot of high-level commanders can do this stuff the way that we want to expose the true power of them. So, well, they can't, yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe? I don't know. Did I just bug out my own video here? Let's go. Let's try that one more time. Come on, baby. There it is. All right, now this is Telesar of LXA showing off from a rally today. Let's get a little sound. All right, here's a rally against Seraphim. Oof. All right, all my boys in Seraphim are going to be mad at me. But, oh, it's muted. All right, well, there it is. Boom. I mean, that happened so quick. So the Annihilator Ray goes off in the first replay against Tier 9 Walkers. The total damage for 38,889 is, 376. 3.76 million. A ton. Kills the whole stack and hits again because it's a double strike ability. This time, ouch. He gets hit by the Awakening. Oh, no Awakening. Sweet. So he gets to go Annihilator Rate 373. So basically the exact same amount of damage, and he knocks off, what, 51 of them? 51 for a 70,000 leadership commander. And basically lost just Tier 1. Who cares? Tier 1, you trade it all day fighting the ultimate boss or getting zeroed or getting hit or whatever. Doesn't cost anything to build Tier 1. Build Tier 1 all day. So there it is, man. Congrats, Telesar, on your new build, your new commander. Very cool. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad people are embracing it. I expect that a lot more people, now that the Galactic Battle doesn't have such a tight, stringent component of giving away points by Rangers only. I think what I mean is that now that 100,000 points isn't a game breaker, you can send, a 50K leadership with Rock in one slot against a big army and roll those dice. And if you land a big hit on Tier 9 or higher, he's going to outscore, even though he may, he's going to lose 40 or 60% of the time if he doesn't trigger it. But boy, when it hits hard. So That's Rock, man. Rock is fantastic. I know there's some other players out there that told me they have the Rock, but they didn't give me a good replay. So Zukon, if you're watching this, I know you have a sick Rock. I know you've been waiting to debut it. I'd still like to see it. I can always do highlight videos if you guys got sick replays. So this is a community member, guys. If you don't know, we're online. We're on Reddit. We're on Discord. Hit me up. Hit me online. Melt AOW. If you got a sick replay you want to see, or you want me to see, or you want me to show it off, or you want to show the world, let me know. Send me the download. Upload it to YouTube. Send me the link. Join the community. If you're still watching these videos, I get messages from people all the time that say, I've been watching for months and I finally hit you up. If you're one of those people, stop waiting. Download Line. It's a free app. Get a name. Add me. I'll invite you to the community. There's 1,000 players now. It's crazy. Get your guild on it. You already played this game, the heck out of this game, right? You spend so much time with it. You may as well get to know the rest of us and get your guild on it. It really enriches the experience. You learn so much, and yeah, we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.